Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
That's how they be. Migos, they be like, drip, drop, raining on the stop.
Yo.
We be living in the car. We be doing things,
I got that feeling that we live. Catch my vibe, yo. 1098-7654, yo. 321, y'all can't quit none. PSG, where it be? A2D, So let me stop, yo. Let me stop.
Okay.
Let me stop. So, but also, bro, we about to get there. We about to get there. It's a beautiful TGIF.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful TGIF. Mm-hmm. Oh, let me turn my volume down. We know we got to follow along with the family. Got to follow along with the family.
Oh, man, listen, man. I just want to say to all the family, what's good? How y'all making now? It's a beautiful night. We are here, Peter.
It's windy. Like the temperature dropped. Like it was cool. We thought we had spring in February.
Yeah, but I could deal with this. Okay, it's still cold, but last week was just the hawk cold. Like it was bricks out there.
I saw a hawk at work. A hawk attacked a squirrel.
For real?
The biggest red-tailed hawk I ever seen.
Like literally.
Like it came down and said, "Bitch, I'm here. Let me get that life. Let me get that life."
Yeah, because you down in yonder.
Yeah, I'm down yonder.
You're down yonder, bro. You down in the sticks.
Well, no, you can't call the you can't call the shore the sticks.
No, certain parts of where, like.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not
like,
there.
Like, and it's not. Well, what part are you talking about? Give me an example of.
Nah, see, like what you
tell
talk.
the family what the
what
sticks
you talk
is out
about,
there.
like if you ever venture down to Wildwood, you make a left, you may end up in Dennisville, Laurel Lake.
I've been in Dennisville.
You remember that, like I'm not saying everybody like this from that area, but you remember that opening scene of Bad Boys 2,
right?
When they came up out the water and what they popped on. The rally that was going on.
Yes.
You around make a wrong turn if you want to.
Yo, true story. Back in the day, shout out to my man, my cousin Lionel Borden and my man Sport Abdul Muhammad. We, you're young, you're kids, you're 18, 19, 20. We went on missions back in the day, We
right.
This is way before I was married. Way before I was way before. All right?
Okay.
So I was a single guy, and we went out all the way out to Cape May Courthouse to see some young ladies.
Oh,
so
Lord.
when I say sticks, we went through Dennisville, all them spots. I mean sticks, yo. We was like, I thought we was about to get killed like Jason, Freddy Krueger.
Yo, I'm telling you, mess around, you make a wrong turn.
Man.
That's just where you gonna end up at, bro.
I thought we was gonna get. And the crazy thing is, we were lost.
Right.
Like every horror movie, right? And it was real dark. I forget where we was at exactly. It was right before we got Cape. What is it? Cape May, whatever courthouse.
Yep.
So we was somewhere, and we was in somebody's driveway, and I said, "We about to die. we about to die, bro." But we good though. I'm here, so that's important.
Listen, so I'm gonna tell you who felt like they was about to die Sunday night. And listen, man, shout out to Dave Roscoe, man. It's okay. He made a comment. He made a comment in the YouTube.
Rams Dave.
He said the Talib sack of Brady, that was a bad call by the refs, maybe.
Rams Dave, listen, or L.A. Ram. What we call him? L.A. David.
David
of L.A.
David Hollywood, man.
Listen, man. As a fan of the Los Angeles Rams. What do you say with that performance, Peter? Can you sum up what you say after a performance from Mr. Jay? What's the boy's name? Jim. What's his name? Goff. Jared Goff.
I call him D-I-N-H.
Jared Deer in Headlights.
Deer in Headlights. Mr. Dunner. Mr. Dunner.
Yo, he looked like where is Waldo? Like
it looked like. Be honest with you, and this is because Jared Goff is bigger than Sean McVay. But imagine they both had the same look. But just imagine like Sean McVay growing out of Jared Goff's shoulder.
Sean McVay's faces on the sidelines is scary.
He was like
this the whole time. Like if I'm losing 13-3, I'm like this too.
Like they both look like they didn't want to be there.
Yeah. So what's up? We got
now. It's crazy because real quick, to speak about the game. It's real. We'll get to the family.
Yeah.
To speak about the game, it was crazy because the Patriots defense.
Okay.
In the AFC Championship game, not in the AFC Championship game, but in the divisional round against the Chargers, they gave Phillip Rivers no time. They blitzed like crazy.
Okay.
They kind of did a little bit of the same thing against Kansas City. Mm-hmm. And if you watch those tape, if you Sean McVay, you prepare for the face of Patriots defense. And what you saw on Sunday was they must have rushed 2, 3, 4, and dropped 6, 7 in coverage.
Yeah.
They weren't ready for that.
Nah, they switched it up.
So, to answer your question,
Right.
they just simply got out game plan, out executed, and out coach. On the offensive side,
Okay.
the defense going into that game is similar. It's almost similar to the Eagles versus Saints.
Okay.
Because if I tell you if the Eagles defense holds the Saints to, 16, 20 points, you think the Eagles win that game. Going into the Super Bowl,
Okay.
if I sat here and told you the Rams are going to hold the Patriots defense
The 13
points.
You would say they win, but here's the thing, and I'm not gonna make it long because I'm gonna get to the comments, the people, the family. When you run certain plays during the year,
Right.
we understand it's tendencies. All right, there's such thing called tendencies. When you're going against one of the greatest coaches, and I hate to say it, but it's true, one of the greatest coaches ever, one of the greatest coaches to ever coach, one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever quarterback, if you will. You have to make adjustments. They were running the same stuff they've been running all year.
Right.
All vanilla stuff, nothing different. The pressure and the guards, Blythe, Sullivan, and I can't remember the other gentleman's name, but they're trash. Let's just keep it real. They were getting pummeled every single down. Listen, Shelton, I think, is a free agent from the Patriots. He's about to get big money because he owned Blythe and the other cat. Every single down, they were in the backfield. Flowers in the backfield. I mean, they mixed it up. And Jared Goff he just couldn't get it together. And honestly, if you look at his body language, even in the beginning of the game, he just looks like Where's Waldo. He really was. And there's some guys that have that dog in them. Some guys that actually step up in those big moments when they know it's time to be game time or prime time. And Goff didn't really show it. Now, also, where in the world is Todd Gurley? Can anybody answer where's Todd Gurley? Why Todd Gurley didn't get that many carries?
But
and why? Okay, you were hitting the home run a lot of times. You were doing the Thunder Lightning with Anderson. You went totally away from it.
Yeah.
It's like the whole game plan. You didn't throw to your tight ends. You didn't throw to your tight ends in the seam, which was there at times when you had some time once in a while. But Higbee didn't get a catch.
Now listen,
Everett.
I will say this. There were some plays open. We saw Brandon Cooks open for that wide open touchdown. Goff threw it late. There's another play where Goff went the wrong direction. I think it was Robert Woods. He was running, or Josh Reynolds was running down the field by himself. This is what happens when you don't know. This is what happens when you have a game plan and we all hear it. This is what Tyson said. Everybody think they got a plan until they get hit in the mouth.
Very true.
And the Patriots hit him in the mouth. But the crazy thing is, it started off with the Rams deferring, which I think they should have took the ball to help get their offensive rhythm and calm their young team down.
You would think that.
But not even
think
that.
that.
But was it the second pass of the game? Brady threw an interception.
Yeah.
And family out there, we got Ralphie D on the 1s and 2s.
Yeah, Ralphie D.
AKA
Doing his
Ralphie Laker.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though.
What up, boys?
What's up, RD? But my thing is this, bro.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to segue back to it. I got to get to my people, my family.
Right.
If your quarterback is the deer in the headlights, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I saw him in the beginning when Gladys Knight sung the last note.
Right.
He was looking like this. Where am I at?
Yeah.
Am I here? What's going on?
Right.
And then the rest is history. So we got our people.
Go ahead. And I got some things to say. I can
All right.
clear up some stuff with the Patriots real
So
quick.
Johnny Burrs at the grind, man. What's up? What's good? He says, why do we have a Tom Brady jersey? I don't know. Why do we have a Tom Brady jersey?
Because like Tom is saying, he Hefe is in the building.
Hefe.
And even though they don't want to
Rest more
twos,
comments.
he's still gonna make his presence felt.
What'd he say?
He posted 3 goats.
Okay, so we got that. BT, what's going on? Ben Torak, there's a reason the town is called Voorhees.
What up, Chromie?
Talking about what we was talking about with the scary Jason reference. My man Greg Malkovich, my man, it's all sports, and it's the GOAT, Wall Johnny, and Brady is obviously the GOAT. So everybody's giving a shout-out to Tom Brady. Now, listen, Greg says the new Sixers squad looks nice, which I do agree with what we're talking about as well.
Boban, let me just say, that's the biggest. Boban looks like a fucking Twizzler.
He looks like
in a red uniform. He looks like a Twizzler with legs running down the court.
You know, he looks like, y'all remember that movie Till Dusk Till Dark when they turned to vampires?
Oh, Dust to Dawn?
Dust Till Dawn, whatever it's called. Y'all, you know what I'm talking about, RD? Remember when they turned into the vampires with the ears? That's him.
Yeah.
That'd be him.
So listen, just to clear up some things, you said
Yes, sir.
Belichick is one of the greatest coaches of all time.
I think he's better than Lombardi.
So
Well, they're gonna change. They're gonna change it.
they won't change the trophy.
They have to, man. After he's done.
Nope. Oh, after he's done.
Yeah,
But we talking
after he's
about.
done.
Well, if
Yeah,
listen,
after he's done.
if the NFL is still around 20, 30 years from now, then maybe.
Well, it's gonna be the AFL.
See,
AAFL.
now, when you talk about Brady, when I look at the GOAT, there's a GOAT to everything. As Ross, he's not the most athletic. He's not the most skillful and talent-wise. He's the greatest leader at the quarterback position we've ever seen play the game.
Yeah.
So if that goes into your classification as the GOAT, then yes, he fits that criteria. For me, when you look at the GOAT, it's a combination of everything.
Okay.
You know, when I talk, we all hear say about Aaron Rodgers and how the best thrower of the football, pure passer, can run a little bit, make plays happen and extend. But I will unequivocally say Belichick is the greatest coach in any sport we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever. Like there is no one of.
He
It
is.
ends. It's Alpha Omega Belichick to do what he did with this team, and the way the team changed their identity throughout the
Every
year.
Yeah.
Especially this year. When they lost Josh Gordon, we thought they were done.
Yeah.
Now look, it's crazy talk.
No, you thought that some people thought they were done, but we both knew.
We had an inkling, but
We both knew.
crazy talk out there. Julian Edelman had a good game. No Hall of Famer. Don't even.
No. We can't do that. He's got to do
No.
that. He's got to do that a couple more years.
He's clutch. He'll have a lot of moments. But
he's got to do a couple
if
more
I'm
years.
looking at the Patriots' success as a pie, as a circle graph,
Right.
I'm giving at least 70% of it to Belichick because Tom has to worry about Tom.
Yeah.
Tom has to worry about what he has to do, his responsibility, get the ball out, hit this person in stride, beat this, step up here, where Belichick has to worry about all 53 that's on the field, and he's already has an ear to next season.
And he's always, and here's the thing, he's always ahead of the curve. He's always ahead of the curve. I mean, listen, the bottom line is this: at the end of the day, if we say back to the game,
Right.
I mean, looking at the Rams offense before that game was one of the best in the league. Let's keep it real.
Right.
With their running attack, the way they set up Cooks, the way they
Right.
set up Woods, those guys, they were one of the best. But to have this game and to have Belichick actually shut down. I mean, listen, Goff could not get nothing going. There was exotic blitzes. He was dropping people, like Pete said, he's dropping people back. I mean the secondary play. I mean, the McCourty brothers. I mean, Gilmore. They coach. The thing is this: you can coach the guys, but you got to put them in the right position.
Right.
That's all about being a great coach, putting guys in the right position, and even and having guys that are instinctive and
Right.
recognizing those guys. And he's bringing those guys in, man. I mean,
Right.
and I hate to say it as an Eagles fan, because that is the evil empire, but you got to give them their kudos. Now the question is number 6. Do we see number 7 next year? You know what I mean? That's the question. Do we see him getting number 7 next year?
If Kansas City gets half a defense, then no. Because you go back to the AFC Championship game.
True.
It was 38-31. They were up 14-0. You go look at the time of possession and all the stats of that game.
BT.
It was 2-1
Right.
Patriots the whole game.
Yeah.
Right.
And Pat Mahomes, who can never play basketball again, or not video it anyway.
Yeah, that really tripped me out, bro.
He can't play basketball again.
Who in the world let that happen? I mean, I know they stopped him now, but
Yeah.
Dick, you gotta have people around this.
Now,
guy.
and on the YouTube,
bro.
we talk about dynasties. And they say, what about Cleveland winning 6 in a row? Chicago with 6 wins. Listen, this is different.
Yeah.
This is different because when we looked at those teams, we're talking about a 7-8 year window.
Right.
Dog, it's kids that then graduated high school from the time they won this one to the time they won the first
Jared
one.
Goff
I
was
know.
in 9th grade.
That's like when you put that in
9th grade.
perspective.
9th grade.
Put it in
Ninth grade.
perspective. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like to have that much. Now, don't get me wrong. And Ben, you gonna hate me for this. BT gonna hate me. The AFC sucks ass.
They do. He knows it.
Forever.
He knows it.
So that contributes to them being there and only have to win 2 games to get to the big dance and win another one. So
Right. They're always ahead of the curve. So wait, real quick,
Go
Pete. And I just want to say this. Ed Garcia says, worst Super Bowl I've ever seen. Now, everybody complained about
that's
Super
my
Bowl.
man.
It's your man?
That's my man, Pasa Paz, boy.
Everyone complaining about Super Bowl. Let me segue to the halftime show.
Right.
I know we're all sports, but
Oh, I don't want to talk about
sometimes,
that.
just real quick, I like to do the entertainment thing as well. The Maroon 5 situation. Anybody like the show? Anybody like the I mean, like, what are we doing here?
So
My man took
what,
off his
what
shirt.
they could have
I was getting
did.
food.
Listen, I'm about to get I'm about to take my shirt off and put New Jersey on my big old chest, my big old
Yeah.
stomach. I'm about to.
Just the visual of that, yo.
Hey, I'm about to do it. Like, just rip it off. I'm ready.
Listen, they could have just went with rappers from the A. They could have just went with rappers.
Yeah, why did they do
could have just
that?
did various artists
Yeah.
from Atlanta. They could have did country. They could have did rock. They could have did rap. You know what I mean? And the whole 9. Why you could have had Little John,
Yeah.
all of them,
They
East
kept-
Side Boys.
They kept showing them in the
They coulda-
commercials.
Damn, they could have had Usher.
They could have Usher.
Yeah.
Usher. I mean,
I didn't think about that one.
I mean, what's the girl? What's my buddy? She can sing. Tori. What's her name? Tori. Gosh.
I don't know. You talk Tori Amos? No,
Nah,
she Canadian.
you know what I'm talking about. She sings Nationwide commercial. Pretty.
Tori Kelly.
She could did a little something.
Yeah, man.
Come on,
Okay,
man.
but listen, man. So that flips the
Come out that
page
way.
that flips the page, really on the 2018-19 football season. So
Right.
that chapter's closed. I want to go in now since we done. Let's get all that national BS out the way.
Okay.
What a time
Yes.
to be alive.
I like that.
If you're a Philadelphia sports fan,
Okay.
in general.
Yes, sir.
It's been a crazy week.
Uh-huh.
We've seen the team, the 76ers, kind of just reinvent themselves. Elton Brand looked like he had a full head of hair in
And
September.
where's he from, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, stop it.
What school is he from? Duke University. Okay, I rest my case.
So
Go ahead.
now he looking like he thinning like Barack. Like,
Yeah.
it's stressful.
Yo, he looked like he got a couple years. Listen, this last week has taken a couple years off his life. He's like,
yeah, he's stressed.
I'm just
But listen,
stressed out. I
man,
got kids, his jobs.
we hearing all about. Is there a Foles jersey around here somewhere?
Yeah, somebody keep asking about the Foles jersey.
I think there's one around. But
Yeah,
listen,
we gotta get one.
when he gone, when he's gone, and
Uh-huh.
he will be gone, do you leave it up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
He's in the Wall of Fame, man. Listen. You don't have that Lombardi without number 9, man. He will be revered as one of the greatest heroes in Philadelphia history. He will not ever have to pay for a meal in Philly.
So
that is true. That is
So let me say this though, and we
Uh-huh.
talked about this in the Shield group.
Okay.
RD, I had said this last year before BA2D, like before A2D existed with
Okay.
us on it.
I like that.
This is like, no, I'm not taking any respect for anyone. I don't want to step on anyone's toes, but shit got real when we got here. Shit got real. So, but I had said this. I said I'm afraid of them keeping Foles, okay, and then waiting and doing this all again next year. Because don't get it twisted. After last season, at this time, we all thought we was going back.
We did.
And we damn near almost went back with
we
half
knew
of
it.
the team that we had the year before, if I'm
Yeah.
right or wrong, right?
We all did.
So we said we here again. He can leave. We get nothing for him. And now it takes the biggest, ballsiest move, bigger than signing Machado, bigger than signing Harper, bigger than any trade Elton Brand put on. Because if they franchise tag him now at this point, he has him by the balls.
Yeah.
He has Howie, Jeffrey. He has the whole Eagles organization.
$26 million.
So if they franchise him and he signs the tender and he calls the Eagles bluff, be prepared to go 3-13.
Yo, he can
because
sit on
they
the bench.
can't do anything in free agency.
Right, he can
They
sit-
can't do nothing.
Yeah. So the bottom line is, at the end of the day, we all know what's going to happen. He's going to walk. I mean, they've been trying to avoid this because they know. And we talked about it. We talked about it before.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be a giant. That's what I mean. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real with you. If I'm looking at my big crystal ball, my big head, I'm thinking Giants. I'm thinking Jaguars.
I said Washington.
And I was going to say worst case scenario because we know how crazy your boy Dan Snyder is.
Yeah.
Maybe because Alex Smith's gonna be done. Let's keep it real. He's done.
I think he is done.
So
Yeah, he's done.
let's just try to get some insight to Nikki Sixx. If you're him, what is the most important thing for you right now?
You want to get security. You want to get security.
You want to get security wherever you go.
And you want to be put in the best situation.
Best situation now, is it money or is it situation?
It's both.
Which one's taking precedent?
It's both.
Okay.
It's even. Because
so it's even.
because you don't want. Here's the thing. If you're Nikki Sixx, you don't want to be in a situation like you was with the quarterback coach killer.
Right.
Okay. You want to be in a situation to where it brings out your attributes.
Right.
A West Coast offense, some type of that type of language that he's
Right.
used to, whether it be with the Chiefs, whether it be with the Eagles.
Right.
That's the language that he wants to be. That's the team he wants to be in. He wants to be a coach that's going to use
Right.
everything he can do.
Right.
So, and again, be around players that's going to help him as well. So Jacksonville, the Giants, possibly Washington. If they make some couple more moves.
I'll tell you
those
this.
are teams that can
I
make that
see a
move.
sleeper team out there.
Who's that?
And I will put it to you like this. If the Eagles do, in fact, put the franchise tag on him, that means they have more or less 75% worth their way to a deal to trade him to a team that will re-sign him and that Nick approves of and in good faith.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's a team that may arguably play in the toughest division
Who's that?
in the AFC. AFC now. So
Talking about the Fins?
No, not the Fins.
Who you talking about? The Bills? Who?
No.
Oh, I know who you.
Who we talking about? Tell
Who
me.
am I talking about, RD?
I think is it Denver?
That boy good.
Now listen, I'm gonna say this. That is a great point. That makes a lot of sense. Now you don't know. I mean, looking at the landscape of the team, Emmanuel Sanders, is he gonna come back right? You don't know. The other kid, Sutton. They do have Sutton. They have a couple tight ends that are decent. But the main thing is he's got a great run. He's going to have some great running backs,
Yeah, he does.
a nice stable with Freeman and the other kid, Lindsey. But the defense, that defense is going. I'm going to say this: the Denver defense next year is going to be top 5 defense with the kid Chubb, with Miller, and some of the other pieces.
Right.
So if he comes into that actual situation, which I think is a great situation,
Which actually
for him,
they have a home field advantage.
Right, home field
Playing
advantage.
their property taxes is not that high.
right. So if he goes into that situation, that could be a little sleeper. I can agree with that. I agree with that.
This is my thing though, and I say, and this trumps everything.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't be in this effing position because now we hearing about getting a 3rd round pick. The Eagles want to get it better than the 3rd round compensatory pick they would get. Listen, dog, y'all had a 2nd on the table last year, and anybody who tells you got to bring it back, you won a Super Bowl, right? What's the reason?
You got Nick Chubb.
No,
if you get that, if you go that 2nd pick,
right?
That 2nd
What's
round.
the reason
Nick Chubb.
that, or not even Nick Chubb? Maybe you get Jason Peters' replacement already. So now we're not sitting here worrying about if we do franchise.
What was on the table last year?
The first
2nd round.
first round pick, the first pick in the 2nd
Really?
round.
35, yeah.
Yeah, 35.
And we know, by the way, why you said that, we know Jason Peters coming back. Y'all know that, right?
I don't want to
just
talk
get
about
ready.
that.
Listen,
You got to get me upset. You're going to get my.
It is what it is, bro. You get upset all you want. I'm just telling you what's
Right.
going to happen. Jason Peters coming back. The Sproles coming back.
So listen.
Remember I said that.
So I say this. What's the reason? And a lot of people, especially in the Shield, those in the know gave me flack for what I'm about to say.
Okay.
And family, y'all out there, you tell me. Because we having a conversation. This isn't we not on a bigger, higher pedestal. No, this is the platform that they gave 2 crazy motherfuckers the microphone and let them talk. So what's the reason we brought Nate Sudfeld up from the practice squad to the main roster? When they first did it, they said they protected him because Indy wanted him.
Yes, they did.
They wanted to add him to the 53. So Nate Sudfeld's been on the 53, okay? So obviously you see something in this kid, right? And I understand what Foles did. Let him ride off into the sunset last year. You trade the 2nd round pick for him.
Yeah,
You
but
have the whole – people say, well, Sudfeld, he wasn't ready. Dog, you had the whole offseason
I agree with what you're
to
saying.
get this kid ready.
I agree with what you're
Training
saying.
camp,
I agree
free
with what you're saying.
agency.
But hear me
He
out.
had to play 2 games.
Yeah,
And
but
if
hear
you
me
liked
out.
him so much that
Right.
you kept
Right.
him
Right.
away from Indy.
And I agree with both you guys are saying.
Right.
But you guys know, some of you guys that have relationships, whether it be you married, you got a boo thing, you got the side piece, whatever it may be. Some of y'all got side pieces. I ain't saying nothing. But when you're in the honeymoon stage, you just got to the home field advantage, or you hit the home run. You're in the honeymoon stage, which is winning the Super Bowl. You're all lovey-dovey. You know, oh, we love
Listen,
you.
I get you.
You did something for us. We got to make it. We got to make it good for you.
Right.
You know, what do you want? Just tell me what you want. So that's what it was.
But
You
hold
know
up.
what I'm saying?
Hold up.
That's where they were at.
So like you
Right.
and Johnny Birds and Facebook
Okay.
and probably other people in the family.
Okay.
Listen, I don't give a shit about sentimentality. We can care about it.
But that's you.
No, hold on. Talk about.
That's you.
The fans can care about that,
Right.
right? You running an organization, dog.
Yeah.
You can't care about that.
I agree with that. But you got to understand, like I said, man.
Now, I hear you, but Howie Roseman, Joe Douglas, they should not be thinking on because that's that. I hate it goes back here. That's what makes Belichick the fucking GOAT.
Yeah.
Because he don't care.
No strings attached.
How many players on this team from this past Super Bowl that just won a chip gonna be there next year?
Listen, yo. Let's
You
keep
see
it
what
real.
I'm saying?
Let's keep it real. Belichick's a pimp.
He is.
He's a pimp.
Yes.
I'm
And you
gonna
know-
do you right now, and
And
I'm
you
gonna
know
leave
why?
I'm
You know
gonna do
why?
you and leave. I'm gonna get rid of you.
Robert Kraft, who like to kiss dudes on the mouth
That's why you
and
gotta
wear
get-
Air Force
why you
Ones,
got to bring that
Air,
up,
Air
man?
Force Ones
You-
and suits.
You see the champion thing from
Yeah,
Meek Mill?
from Meek, he got you out. That's all I can say. That's a pass.
Yeah, I ain't mad at
we
it. I ain't
ain't
mad
showing
at it.
New England
Yeah,
no more
yeah,
love
don't
after
hate
that.
on him, don't hate on him.
I ain't gonna hate on him, but
Yeah, he don't understand.
Robert Kraft says, Belichick, here it is, you run it. You see what I'm saying? Where I'm not saying Jeffrey Lurie get involved in all like that, but I feel like a lot of things sometimes we always want to do right by the players instead of just win. The fan base is I get it. Well, we hear it in here. People get upset. Why trade Foles? If I say we trade Foles, we get something bad from Nick Chubb,
Right.
and we go back to win the Super Bowl. Who cares?
True, but
Who you see what I'm saying? Like,
that's true.
winning,
However,
winning cures that.
I understand that, but these dudes, this organization, that's the reason why the Eagles are who they are. The organization, they're wired differently, man. They're about loyalty. They're about
Right.
You're looking out for their guys. They're about taking care of their guys. You know, that 1 year they signed all their guys. I mean, you know, the Kelsey deal. I mean, there's a couple of deals they had where everyone was like, well, you should just gave them up. But they took care of their guys first. That's just how they're wired, man. And I agree with what you're saying.
Yes.
And that's what makes Belichick. You know, whether you hate him or you know, whatever the case may be. But that's just not how they wire. Now, they're figuring out, look, okay, we got to do something now. We know Foles could walk. So let's think of an exit strategy. Let's think of something that's going to benefit us, but not only benefit him. So that's where we at right now.
So right now, the Eagles had their gullet, they had their neck over. What's that thing in medieval times that you see that was chopping bitch's head off?
Guillotine.
The guillotine, right?
Yeah.
Nick Foles. Maybe we can get a meme up, a graphic of an eagle. Well, I'm gonna tell you, can't really do that. But maybe Eagles logo over the guillotine with Nick Foles holding it there and got his hand on the rope, because that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
How does the fan base feel now that we know our offseason doesn't start until the Eagles make a decision on Nick Foles, all because not a first, not a second, but a third-round pick back. A third-round pick.
Yeah, you know what? Listen, Johnny Burns makes a great point, and this is segueing into kind of what's been going on. My screen just froze. Okay, he says there was some type of tension in that locker room. Half the Eagles players wanted Foles, half of them wanted Wentz. Yo, listen, there's a lot of stuff. That article we talked about last week, I can't remember the gentleman's name that wrote it. Everyone gave him flack, but Wentz came out and said, listen, you know,
you talking about Joe said this, we know whatever.
Yeah, whatever. In so many words, Wentz said, you know, I got some issues.
Now,
in so many words. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
So my point is, and Johnny Burns, shout out, man, because that was a great point. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know that's going down, bro. There's a lot of dissension. There's a lot, like we said before, when they did the little shrine thing, Wentz felt some type of way.
Yeah.
He felt some type of way, bro.
Right.
And
You want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And there's stories.
It's human nature.
Yeah, and there's stories that's going to probably come out after Foles leaves, where there was some type of, even though, you know, they look like they're buddy and all this, there's some type of situations going on. You know what I mean?
So today I say this. I see Bill Middlebrook and Johnny Burns kind of going, and you jumping on it too.
Okay.
How many Tom Brady teammates like him?
No one. Or there's a few. Let me say there's a few.
So you got
There's a few.
So I hear y'all. I
There's a few.
hear everybody on that. But if and this is a big if, and I agree with Bill Middlebrook. He says if he want to hear nothing if Wentz plays like garbage. Yes, I get that. But if he wins, all this goes away. You could deal with it all. But you brought up a good point, because I want to talk about the first ever PSG Philly Sports Guys public enemy wall.
Okay.
And it's the first inductee on this wall.
I like it.
Is the troll that they call Joe Jello Gilio.
Oh, your boy. You really coming out.
Dog.
You coming out the what? You coming out with
Because-
the guns blazing,
because-
bro? Bow, 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 bow.
Because we all heard when Wentz came out. Now, it was staged.
Right.
He met last Friday, didn't come out. It was all planned. Cool. My man was only speaking about the bad points, said some of this could be true. I'm not saying it's all false.
Okay.
But at the same time, when do we give the man credit for saying, yo, I'm flawed? I could have been a better teammate. So we not gonna speak about that soundbite.
Yeah, but
he said like, I don't know.
Yeah, but you gotta understand,
But
man.
what you wanting to say? He had to speak about it.
Joe Giulio.
No, I'm talking about, but for Wentz too.
You're talking about Wentz, okay.
Those who feel that way, that he didn't do enough to get out from underneath that report.
Look, man, listen, the bottom line is Wentz is going to – I feel bad for him. He's going to get a raw deal either way we look at it. The only way that's going to change him getting a raw – because when the fact that if he struggles, if he throws a bad pass during the year,
Right.
whatever he does, they're going to be on him. I mean, he's in a no-win situation. The only way for him to flourish and not hear all the backlash is to win that chip.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Now,
Otherwise, it's going to be helpful.
Yeah, right now, Wentz is in a lose-lose situation.
It
Right.
is, man.
Now,
It sucks.
Nikki Steve says this locker room was divided over Foles, and Wentz is the big problem down the line. This could divide the locker room. You know why? And if this shit, if this shit does,
Take a deep breath, Pete.
it's all because when Cleveland picked up the phone, when Kevin Costner picked up the phone in the draft,
Kevin Costner?
and offered. You never seen the movie The Draft?
Yeah, but I'm like, what
It's
they got to
pretty
do with
good.
it? Yeah, I know it is.
He worked for Cleveland. When
Okay.
they picked up the phone,
I got what you're saying.
and what's the GM name
man, I
over there?
forget his
John
name.
Dorsey.
John
with-
Dorsey,
with
yeah.
all that gum in his mouth.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard.
Yo, he.
I won't fold. I'm gonna give you a second round pick. If he makes that trade, we don't have this divide, and now we have more cohesion.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right and wrong in saying that?
Yeah. So
Because the only reason why we had that is because Nick Foles was still here.
So that's another thing. Johnny Burrs, shout out Johnny Burrs again. He says Wentz only throws to Ertz. Now, Johnny, hold on.
Please.
Now, I'm gonna say this.
He may be trolling, but go ahead.
What we have to realize, guys.
Right.
He didn't have the reps in minicamp. He didn't have that North Dakota thing he does every year. All right. So what we saw last year with Ertz, we're not going to see it. He's going to spread it around.
Right.
We're going to have more weapons, and he's going to get everyone involved. You know what I'm saying?
To piggyback off that point,
like
Johnny Burrs, people don't want to look at the fact that Ertz had targets of, I think it was 7.9 with Wentz. It was 7.2 with Foles.
Right.
If the dude gets open, because we know one of his best attributes is route running.
Yeah.
He can get open. You're not supposed to throw in the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
what are you supposed to do?
I get that, but you talk about Ertz, right?
Yeah, but I get what people say about Wentz because it has been so long since you saw Wentz play and play effectively. Right. You don't remember him spreading the ball around.
And listen, I hear what you're saying, but no, he's going to Ertz like every man. Listen, Jeffrey's wide open. Aguilar's open down the seam deep. Ertz can have like two people going right there.
Now, the biggest thing is all those numbers that were in the same article by Joe, I can't say his last name, the guy from Philly Voice.
Yes. One
of the biggest ones was the offensive line. It said sacks per drop back. Mm-hmm. It said Foles was 7.2, close to 8. Wentz was 3.6. Everybody forgets that Lane Johnson was playing like Turnstile Tobin.
He was.
When that happened.
He's horrible. And he said it. He said he played bad.
Okay, so but then I hear people say, well, they play harder for Foles. No, they just started to execute.
Dog, listen.
Why can't it be as simple as execution?
Here's the bottom line. Yeah. That man is going to have a raw deal. Everything Foles – and I understand, listen, he brought us championship. So in a lot of our fans' mind, Foles is God. Let's keep it real. To a lot of fans of Philly, Foles is God. If you talk to the common fan, ladies at my job, oh, put Foles in. That's when Wentz was here. Put Foles in. I'm like, Wentz is your guy. That's until we found out about the back injury. So to
what game did the back injury happen?
Minnesota game, right before the Minnesota game, yeah.
On what play?
That I can't remember. What play was it?
It was the play. I believe it was the play where he had the fumble where he got Joe Montana LT.
Chipped up. He just got chipped up.
He didn't know it was coming.
Yo, so BT says that move was garbage. Talking about the draft.
Stop it.
Your opinion, RD?
Because the Dolphins was in there.
I haven't seen that movie. I've seen Moneyball, though.
You haven't seen
Draft Day? No, I haven't seen Draft Day.
That's classic, man.
Is it?
Gotta watch it, bro. Gotta watch. Go ahead, Pete.
So, I mean, we got Bill Middlebrook says, hate if you want. I've been a diehard Eagles fan for 40 years. I hope Foles does stay in the East so all the people that are so hyped on Wentz get what they want. Unfortunately, we're in third place. I'll put it like this, Bill. Why? The Eagles are scared for Nick Foles to go in the East, but
so we got some Foles lovers in here.
But you ready to give him up? What's that say? What you scared for?
I'm not scared of Foles.
Not at all.
When was the last time you played a full season?
Yeah.
Thank you. Exactly. People sit here and they say,
my brother says
like,
that.
People sit here and say, like, how does we want to go to Foles over Wentz?
Yeah.
Foles has to play 16 games. Don't mean Wentz has it either. It's not a hard decision. And in this game, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, you see it with draft picks all the time. Why the hell was Tom Brady not drafted to the 6th round? Because his ceiling was not expected to be that high. So when you have a higher ceiling, you're going to get more chances.
Bottom line is
Jamarcus Russell. I'll rest my case.
Oh, gosh. Bottom line is this, guys. All the Foles fans out there. Listen, I understand what he's did for us, blah, blah, blah. But if he doesn't go in the right situation, if he goes to anything remotely like that St. Louis situation with the quarterback coach killer, Jeff Fisher, he's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
He's not.
And Bill, when did Wentz? He did it his rookie year when he found out he was going to start 8 days before the season started.
So Bill, you don't like Wentz, bro?
Nah. He may not be.
You're not feeling him.
He may not be feeling him.
Listen, I'm gonna say this: when Wentz is healthy, and when he puts the time in, when he's again, Bill, you got to understand, he was rehabbing.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting ready for the season. He was rehabbing all off season. When he actually did the work, he put the work in. We saw the results.
Listen,
he had a running game. Did we have a running game this year? No.
We were the second best running team. We were the second best team in running the ball last year.
This year, the year before,
17, the Super Bowl year.
If we have a steady running game, first of all, that's a recipe for a young quarterback. A nice balanced attack. If you have a balanced attack, then we're going to see a different Wentz. If you put the right weapons around him, we're going to see a different Wentz.
So to kind of move on from this, the biggest thing is we heard it in the article. Said Wentz would go off script. Wentz would challenge the coaches. That's what Alfred alpha males
Who that be?
do. That's what Wentz does.
True.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wish I could sit here and tell you, you know what? Give me Wentz 12 games. Give me Foles 4 every year. I'm happy with that. But at the same time, that 5th game with Foles, I don't know what you're gonna see.
Yeah.
So this is a great point. BT says, I'd be scared of Foles going to the Giants. That's it. He's got to be with someone from the Philly coach tree. Like I said, he's got to be familiar.
Right.
If he's familiar with
Now-
somebody and Sherman's there,
Right.
we'll see a different
Now,
Foles.
see,
If
Foles
he's
is
not, there's going to be a problem.
Foles is that type of dude. He's gonna let the system work, which is cool. But when that system doesn't work, you need a play to happen like we needed in that New Orleans game.
And that's not
it's
him.
not there.
That's Wentz.
That's not there in the tank.
That's
so you got
that's Wentz.
You got to give and take. But I'll tell you this.
And that's why they're going with Wentz, Pete, because Wentz, when that play breaks down, Wentz can do some magic.
right.
Now he's got to learn to eat the meat, leave the bone, throw that ball away if it's not
Yeah.
there. Don't take that hit. But for a normal basis, he's making plays.
Now, so
extending it.
real quick before we move on, I know the Eagles promoted the assistant wide receivers coach to the main wide receivers coach. They still haven't filled Chris Wilson's position. So we hear some things. More mock drafts come out at 25. We'll get into more of that. But it's time to talk round ball, people.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
So if
we love it.
10-9 876ers, I don't know the score of the game. We got the Red Twizzler out there with J. Cole
He's
Jr. Listen, Tobias Harris
Red
looked like J. Cole. He sound like
Twizzler.
J. Cole. I wonder if he can rap like J. Cole. He's a bigger J. Cole.
I
That's
doubt
all.
it. I doubt
So,
it.
but listen, man, from Monday night,
73-69 Sixers.
and they're playing. It's not like they're playing chumps either.
No, they're playing one of the best teams in the
They're
West.
playing one of the best teams in the West.
Right.
Second, I think it's the second team seed in the West.
Butler's got 10. Harris got 9. JJ's got 28.
Spacing.
11 from 14 from the field. Benny Ball's got 10 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, so we're looking close to the triple-double. Embiid has 4 points, 10 rebounds.
4 points.
4 points, 10
Well, they
rebounds.
said he had gastronitis.
Yeah,
Oh, did he?
He's not 100%.
He got the bubble guts.
Yeah.
Translation, bubble guts. He got the
He had a
shits.
bad cheesesteak somewhere.
So he's 1 for 11 right now. So
Okay, so from Tuesday to now, we all went to bed. Was it Tuesday night? They had the loss. I think they lost.
Who do we play Tuesday?
It was the
Sacramento? Was it Sacramento?
No, Sacramento was Saturday.
Saturday. Who do we play last?
I'll look it up for you.
All right, but I think they lost, and then we woke up Wednesday morning.
Okay.
My phone was going crazy. I'm like, what the hell happened? We saw the big trade. Some people are saying they gave up too much. Really, the true assets that they gave up were Landry and the 2021 Miami pick. And that now the 2021 Miami pick, I think there was a way for Elton Brand to get that deal done without giving them that pick because Harris to me wasn't in their long-term plans because he was an expiring contract.
Okay.
And they've talked about this whole year he's going to be close to the max. They want to say their max money for Kawhi, a KD, or AD. So Harris wasn't going to get that.
Right.
So you had to give up a little to get a little. To get a lot, in my opinion, because we sat here before, everybody was sitting here talking about guards. We've been saying for the longest time, and as many of us on the A2D family, they needed a stretch 4, a true stretch 4. And now they got that with Tobias Harris, who's not only just a shooter, he can put the ball on the floor, create his own shot when he needs to.
Yeah.
He reminds me, who does he remind me of?
Oh, gosh. All right, give me the air, and then I can probably figure
This
it out.
air. Is this air? He finally he's washed up now.
Dang.
He may be going to Ralphie D's team.
Oh, Melo.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I can
Hello.
see that. Listen, I think it's –
Headband and everything.
I like the trade because it helps Embiid, and it takes the pressure off Embiid. There's nights where Embiid just had the ball out. He had to average a double-double. He had to average 30-something points.
Right.
And now you have a guy like Tobias Harris who's averaging 20 points. Now, of course, he's not going to average 20 points on our team because we have a lot more than what the Clippers had. But he's going to average probably 17 points, maybe 18, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Right.
But you have another score, and then if we can figure out – I don't know what's going on with Butler. I know he's still trying to find his way. If he can figure that out, if they can like he did, Brett Brown did last game where he let Butler control the ball and get the ball down the floor and do his thing.
Right.
Then I think that's one of the attributes that can help him be a better scorer.
But now I will tell you this. There's no more ground for Brett Brown to stand on. You got
and
this.
that's, and that
You
was,
got it now.
That
Yeah.
was one of my points I was going
Yeah.
to get to. The fact that at this point there's no more excuses, and as Elton Brand said, we're trying to win. We're trying to win the finals. We're trying to bring a championship back to the Philly. Now, Brett Brown, listen, my friend, and I know I've been hard on him. You know, I've been hard on him all year.
Right.
This is it, man. Put up or shut up. Now, honestly, you know who I want, and I've been saying it.
Mark Jackson.
I want Mark Jackson. I'm going to campaign and keep saying it.
Right.
But let's give Brown a shot. I mean, he can coach at times when he needs to sometimes.
Right.
But let's see what he can do.
Now, I will say this. This is probably the second best on paper. Maybe not deep. But when you look at talent and for the starting five, this is probably the most talented starting five the Sixers have had next to what they had with Dr. J, Cheeks, Moses Malone, and them boys in the 80s.
You think so?
Go ahead. Give me another.
Say that.
Give me another starting five.
I'm not gonna say that. I mean, I'm gonna say that they're talented.
No, I said second best, not best. I said second.
Oh, as far as Philly
second
history.
to that history. You can't say none of the AI teams had that much talent.
Nah.
You can't say none of the Charles Barkley, Hershey Hawkins, and
Well,
them, Johnny Dawkins.
If you go back before we was born, then you can say all those the Howard Greer teams and all that.
Okay,
But
well,
we
I'm
weren't
talking
born.
about
Recently,
this
I got you.
era.
Got you.
Since we've been alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can say that.
So that's why I say
I can say that.
That's why I say you can't do that. Like, you can't – for Brett Brown, this is it. Now, I will say this, though. The reason why I love – let's just look at the Harris trade again. Why I love the Harris trade, because they can kind of hedge on free agency now, where I love this team as it is now, but I would be madly in love with it if we had everything that we took to get that Harris trade done and still have Rocco and Dario, and we didn't have Butler.
Right. So here's my thing. Here's my thing.
Think about that. Because you're
It makes
younger,
sense.
you cheaper.
Yeah. And you have flexibility, and that's what he said. And you got draft picks. Now, here's the thing. Two things. If you do lose Butler, which I think is a possibility,
Right.
because I think
it's an increasing possibility.
He's going to test a free agency. You sign Harris. I think if Harris sees a culture, Harris likes playing with Embiid and Simmons, I think he'll sign. Okay. But I like another thing I do like about all these moves was the bench. I like some of the guys that got on there. They definitely improved their bench.
Yeah.
I like the kid.
The second they moves, Thursday moves, yesterday
I
moves.
like Ennis. I like Ennis from Houston. He's been a star, like as Eldon said, bringing him in. I like Richardson. I've been the Richardson guy, Malachi Richardson guy.
No, he's not on the team.
They got rid of him?
They had I thought you didn't know. They waived Richardson
Oh,
to
I
get
didn't
Ennis.
even know that.
They waived Richardson to get Ennis.
Wow, I didn't even know that. Okay, all right, well, maybe.
And now Malachi's with the Raptors now.
Okay.
He went back.
Now, here's another.
Yeah, he's on the G League team.
He's on G. Okay, let me say this, though.
Okay.
Now, I like Scott. However, and I know they like him because I didn't know Elton actually played with Scott. But there's a guy right now that's out there that actually is an upgrade over Scott. There's a guy right now that will be a great backup for Harris.
Who?
There's a guy right now that we actually talked about a month ago that would be perfect. He got actually traded. Now he has a buyout. He's out there in the market. He's a guy that can make some noise.
What's
he's
his
a guy
last
that can,
name?
He's a twin. He can shoot.
Oh.
He does everything you need him to do, and he comes off the
Did
bench.
he get traded to New Orleans?
And then he did the buyout.
Oh, yes.
So he's on the street right now
I'll take Markeith.
over Scott instantly.
I don't know if I'll take him over Scott.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Maybe. But so let's
Come on, man.
let's give the biggest round of applause.
Yes, sir.
Markel's gone.
Yo, shout out to the family.
No,
Yo,
they talking about the whole comments is talking about Foles and Sudfeld.
I know, but they going hard.
Yeah.
Bill Middlebrooks and Johnny Burns, y'all are going hard about Foles. Yeah, I mean, like y'all are really going hard.
Yeah,
Real talk.
yeah, they are.
Everybody-
So now the biggest thing is
Uh-huh.
we saw the Jonathan Simmons first pick, which is top 20 protected, and the second
about
pick for
Jonathan
Foles,
Simmons?
which is a good return. So all the questions that we had after Wednesday talking about the lack of depth on the bench, then they kind of refilled it more of a veteran-oriented team. But how does it feel now, 2 days removed from the Wednesday trade, and then 24 hours removed from the trade deadline, a little over 24 hours? The process is officially over.
Yeah, your boy's going.
The
That what you
process.
talking about?
No, not my boy. Just the process in general.
Oh yeah,
We have no more bullets in the chamber of the process.
Chips is in,
all
bro.
the assets that Sam Hickey built up,
Yeah,
and
it's a wrap.
he died for on the cross as a martyr.
okay.
They're all gone.
It's a wrap, bro. I mean, listen, like he said, we want to win. The chips is in. We rocking.
They
Now your boy. I don't know. We got
Kelly
talk
Kell?
about- No, yeah, Kelly Cal. I mean, shout out to Mark.
I still think he gonna be something, but
Markel-
he had to go. He had.
Chick-fil-A folks. I mean, like, and listen, I was rooting for the man. I mean, I know he's getting flack, You know, he's a weird guy.
Right.
He's a little weirdo, but I think he still could play, man. And I'm rooting for the kid.
Right.
I just think with the change of scenery, I think, you know, maybe with the system there, he may be able to do something. But shout out to T.A. T.A. said something. I watched the video he had.
Right.
And I said, yo, that's really right. You're right about. And shout out to him because he said when you're doing a trade, in order for the trade to go through,
Right.
you got to be healthy.
Yeah.
So this tells me he's been healthy the whole time. Like
You didn't see it.
Like T.A. said, it's all here.
And A2D, they said Foles was back in practice. It was still bricks going up. But he was back in practice.
What's the joke? We put it up on the thing. What's the joke with Along Came Polly? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What he say? Number one.
But listen, man, for real though,
Oh man.
For Brand to be able to get something back, I see why the Magic did it. It's a low risk, high reward. He is a first overall pick. If he can get somewhat back to that kid that played at Washington, they have a building block. They have something that they can build off of. And Jonathan Simmons is an expiring contract. That's the best thing. All the moves that the Sixers did, besides Harris and Butler, I think Boban even has a couple years of flexibility underneath of him, and even Mike Scott. But everyone else, Ennis, Simmons, they're all expiring contracts. So they didn't restrict themselves on cap flexibility, and they got rid of Fultz's $10 million. So they have that now, and then when you go into the offseason, whatever happens now, you don't have, to me, Butler's 30.
Right.
Simmons, Harris, and Embiid are all under the age of 26.
Yeah, that could be your core.
That's your core right there.
Yeah, but let's say this though. On the basketball side, they got better on as far as their bench. Jonathan Simmons, he's a guy that can hit the three. Yeah. He's a great he's an excellent defender. He's strong. I mean, he does a lot of things for you. Ennis runs the floor well.
Yep.
He can score at times.
And that wings.
It's
like Buffalo Wild Wings.
Wait,
that's the most important position in the league.
But
wings.
Wait, what did we say they had to do? What we've been saying for the last month?
Perimeter guard.
Perimeter guard. They have to get more athletic. You got to be athletic against Toronto. You got to be athletic against Milwaukee. Yeah. And you got to be athletic against Boston. And shout out, and I'm not just saying this because he's a Duke guy. Speaking of Duke, which we will be talking about in a few minutes. He's a Duke guy, Elton Brand. I mean, he did a great job, man. He did.
He loves Duke so much.
When you're
he
from,
can't even step foot
RD,
on Duke's campus.
I'm gonna talk to you, RD. When you're from a prestigious school like Duke University, I've been a Duke fan since 1985. I was 6 years old. I was watching them. Yeah. And in diapers watching Duke. We got
Johnny Burge trying to rearrange the furniture. He said,
"Go ahead, Johnny."
He said, "Put a Moses Malone jersey next to the Irvin jersey, and take Brady jersey out." He
said, "Look, take this jersey right here, move that. I want you to move this right here and move right there."
Yeah. No, where is there a Jordan jersey up here somewhere?
Yeah, it's hanging up there. It's up
okay.
top.
Okay.
It's where it belongs on top of everybody else.
So we're taking suggestions. So Johnny Bird's saying what again? So what we got to do? Tell us what we got to do, Johnny Bird. We got to put Moses up there. Who else, buddy?
Right. So
take Brady out. Okay.
The biggest thing is from what we saw in the East is the Sixers kind of revamped their whole team and really said, listen, we think we have a chance to win now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to get the two things. Because this is one going back to your boy, the Kang.
He's the man.
That's RD's boy.
I'll smack him in his face right now.
Nah, man. Listen, hey, now I'm a LeBron fan. I got 3 teams.
Me too. I respect him, but for what he said today, you're feeling yourself way too much.
All right, go ahead.
It's true.
Stop it.
It's true.
Stop it. You sound like Kurt Angle. Stop it.
You about
to drink a glass of milk?
What did he say?
I'm about to get to it.
Go ahead.
What the Bucks did getting Mirotic, I wanted them to try. I love the Harris deal, but we could have got back Mirotic and maybe a reworked Drew Holiday deal.
Yeah, I know you
I'd
like
have loved
that
too.
I'd
have loved that too because you maybe still could have got the 2021 pick in the pocket.
Yeah.
But Mirotic going to the Bucks and then Gasol going to the Raptors, that allows the Raptors to play two different types of basketball. When they want to go fast, they can go small. But now if we match up with them, you got Embiid and Gasol going at it. I mean, Embiid is still trash Gasol nowadays. Like, I'm not even concerned with that. It's just a big body. Or we put the Red Twizzler goon out there. See, that's what people don't realize. Boban is a goon, man. Like,
but Boban's he's a 12-minute guy, bro. Let's be real.
All right, 12 minutes. Boban.
10 minutes, 12 minutes.
Listen, the whole first quarter.
Yeah, you go in there first
Go
quarter.
in there, foul the shit out.
Go in there and just
do whatever you want.
Destroy him.
Do it.
I must break you. I must break you. Like, just destroy him, all right? Do you think?
So, all the teams in the East that really was contenders except for Boston made moves.
Right.
The Kang had the nerve to come out today with that the thinnest hairline. Need to cut the shit off.
That's that field turf. Yo, that field turf is light, yo. Listen, when your joint is light, that's why I got the Jordan joint.
We call that shit field turf.
Yo, when your field turf is light, bro, just let it go, man. That's what I'm. Listen, LeBron, I know I love you, man. You know you're my man and all, but let it go, bro. Just let it go. Be like Frozen.
Yeah. So he comes out today and says they asked him, "What do you feel about all the teams in the East?" He said, Milwaukee's going for it, Toronto's going for it. You see Philly and Boston, they have a shot too, and they do. Mm-hmm. But the reality of it is, I'm not, and this isn't verbatim, but to surmise what he said, the son bitch said,
"What do you say?
They ain't got to go through me no more."
Bro, it's the truth.
Thank you.
It's the truth.
Thank
Why you hating? It's the truth.
Listen,
that's facts. 100% facts.
So you mean to tell me?
And I'm a Sixers fan. I love my Sixers.
True. You mean to tell me?
That's real.
Mean to tell me right now? I understand LeBron, second best player, maybe the most overall talented player we ever seen touch a basketball court. Okay. But just as far as scoring and overall ability, and obviously he don't have to kill instinct his Mike, so I can't give him that. But if the Raptors, the Bucks, and even us as constructed right now, you would take LeBron Cavs team from last year over the Sixers in the 7-game series.
First of all, let's say this. If LeBron's there, they're not going to have the same team. They would have made changes. They would have made some the team that you had there at that time during the finals,
and you know what would have been happening?
They would have made some changes.
Dan Gilbert or David Griffin would have had to fly his ass to wherever he ass at now to go talk to the team like Magic about to do when they come play Philly.
And that's true. I mean, listen, when you have LeBron, unfortunately, you're gonna have situations like that. That's what it is. That's what he is. But listen, it's
trials and tribulations. It sound like a book out of the Bible, man.
Let's keep it real, and let's keep it real, bro. If LeBron was in the East, we already know what would be happening. Straight up.
So right now,
so I can't
even ask because you kind of like Ralphie D's a Lakers fan. You all know that.
Okay.
But I kind of want to get his input, as we always do. And you can let us know out there, too, family. You still watching. Even if you don't watch live, you can still comment on the rewatches. We all appreciate that. Click like support on A2D.
Okay.
Right now, with the changes that the Sixers made,
right?
What is a successful season now? How far do they have to go for this squeeze of the juice that they did with Elton Brand?
Right.
How much do they have to go to make that squeeze worth it?
Well, I think this season for you guys at least is finals.
You notice how he said for you guys?
Yeah, I noticed that. He said he said it with you guys.
It's almost like disassociation.
He said you guys, like yous. He said you. Let me make this clear. You. I ain't with you. I'm just telling you what I feel. All right, go ahead, Ralphie.
I think it's finals or bust.
Yes, I agree, Ralphie D. I told you what you gonna
because you guys went all in this trade deadline.
Right. So
they emptied out the tank.
I definitely agree with what you're saying. It's finals or bust. Now the thing is, if they don't make the finals, where do you go from there? Now, like we said, Butler. I think Butler's going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's going. I think he's going either way because he's not going to. I don't think this is going from the max.
Listen, he's 30 years old. He thinks he's going to get that 140. No team in hell is going to give a 30-year-old.
Especially with and it's not
if you're the Houston Rockets. If you're the Rockets.
But on the offensive side of the ball, it's not that bad. But where he's really lost his effectiveness is on the defensive side of the ball.
Them knees getting shot. You see, the knees getting shot. But a guy like and I'm going to say this, a guy like Steve Ballmer, he'll back it up. He'll back it up, bro.
Oh, he wants back it up for anybody.
He wants a big – yo, this dude is craving. He is obsessed. He wants to win. Yeah. So, and honestly, with them, if it's not Kawhi, they're gonna go for Kawhi. They're gonna try to get KD, but I see like a Kawhi, Kemba, and another guy, maybe Butler.
You know who might be a dark horse for the AD trade? Mm-hmm. The Clippers.
Oh yeah. That's why. How would you feel?
They got that key. They took the Sixers key, which was the Heat pick.
Yep.
And now they got the key to anything they want.
And younger players. And just multiple
assets.
Picks. But for me, it's Eastern Conference Finals appearance. They have to get through the second round. Mm-hmm. But if they don't make it to the finals, it depends on who the matchup is.
Yeah.
Because the Raptors team is still even with all the trades and everything they made, I still don't think. As it is currently constituted, we haven't seen the buyout market. One of the buyout targets I wanted went to Indiana. That was Wes Matthews. I was hoping Wayne Ellington got brought out by the Phoenix Suns, but I don't think he has yet.
Yeah, he has.
He's going to Detroit.
He's with Detroit now.
He's with Detroit, yeah. I mean, honestly, like I said,
You got Melo.
the market. Nah, Melo's going what you got.
We got Melo already.
Melo's going with you.
Yeah.
Melo's going. I mean, like Marquise Morris makes the most sense. I think that's going to be something that you're going to see the next couple of days. But you never can have enough shooters, and other than Korkmaz, other than Ennis, other than Redick, of course, you don't have a lot of shooters. So who's out there? I'm just trying to think offhand.
Well,
you're going
to get Zaire back, but that's more for defense.
Yeah,
I think
he's not a shooter,
this
though.
team's identity is going to change, especially coming off the bench. I can
see that.
I could think coming off the bench, the second unit, they're not going to be so much focused on offensive oriented. I just think defensively
they'll be much better.
And we've seen it. So
Yeah.
I think Middlebrook said it in the chat. He said they're already the best defensive team in the East.
Right.
With that in the starting five, but overall, because you
the
got
thing
Shake
is-
Milton,
right.
you're going to have Zaire, you're going to have a lot of
Right.
two-way players.
And then the thing is, you can stagger your lineup, which they did before, to where you take Embiid out with 6 minutes left. You take out, let's say, a Butler, and you have them come on that second unit, help out a second unit. That'll help your scoring, and then Butler can help out with the shooting as well. So I mean, it's like we said, Brown's got to be creative. So that's another thing he's got to do. So if he does that, then they should be good. But you can never have enough shooters.
Quick question: if you guys don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? Is Brett Brown gone?
No, because they love
It
that
depends
guy.
on the matchup.
Nah, they love that
Now,
guy.
I would say
They love
this.
that guy.
I would say this.
I give him another year.
If they match up, because I was calling all year, I thought Milwaukee was just a regular season team.
You was.
like a
I
Toronto.
kept telling you.
Right, but Toronto's because they had Kawhi, but
Right.
they had more. But now with them having Mirotic, if he falls in line what they've been doing with the buttonholes of 5 out
Right.
and creating lanes for Giannis, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
It depends on. I would only say that if he can't beat Boston, because Boston made no changes whatsoever.
Yeah.
Nope. And he has problems against Boston.
No changes whatsoever. So if you lose to the same team 2 years in a row, then I have a problem, and then it's time to look forward to move on.
I just listen. Well, like I've been saying Mark Jackson from the jump, but I just think the loyalty. They're another organization that's very loyal. They're loyal to Brown. I mean, for what he did for their organization when they were in hell, he stuck with it the whole time. And so I think they're going to give him a shot.
Right.
See if he does this year. After they make some moves next year, then after next year, if they don't, let's say they don't get to finals or they don't make any noise, they get knocked out the first round, then I can see him going.
Possibly. I just love it for where we're at because
Right.
Thursday was crazy. Because then possibly possibly the biggest trade out of all it was done by the Phillies. And
Yeah.
they gave up Sixto, they gave up Jorge Alfaro, and they gave up a left-hand reliever for
Donuts and bagels.
JT Realmuto, one of the best, if not the best catcher in
Right.
baseball. And now we're just waiting. Machado or Harper. If they can't get one of them, I think it's going to get to a point where the Phillies just may have to start moving on.
Yeah.
And what they can do, and we said it, I think we said it at the round table. I think Hefe said it. I think TA said it. Magnum TA said it. He says if you don't get either one this year, you go all in on Arenado next year.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, because
and then 2020, you get your boy, Millville's finest.
bro, I got some news for you on that one.
Talk to me.
I can't talk about it on camera.
Oh man,
I can't talk-
Is it ain't looking good, is it?
I can't talk about it on camera.
You can't tell the family.
Can't. Not yet. I haven't fact checked it. I haven't fact checked it yet.
All right, well,
but
fact check it and let the family know.
so with JT Realmuto, Gene Segura, we had Andrew McCutchen. Now we just need the pitcher. I would have loved to have Cole Hamels on this team now as a second tier starter.
Keiko's still out there.
But they're all waiting for the other person to sign to see what other money they can get.
Everyone's
It's
waiting.
a chicken. It's
Yeah,
a
it
chicken
is.
match right
It's a game of chicken.
Even with Harper and Machado, they said
Yeah.
one more sign. So the other one signs.
Yeah, and they both like Machado
dog.
over $300 million.
What are we 4 years old?
You're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get. Now somebody I ran
dog.
into that I trust. He said he wants Harper over Machado because even though Harper may not be the better overall all-around baseball player, he's gonna give you 110% every time because he plays hard.
Yeah, he does.
Where Machado sometimes he could take that game off, take that play off, where he may not want to be pushing himself. Maybe so it may be the Spanish Jimmy Rollins.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Jimmy Rollins is now an advisor to the team. So hey,
Right.
what can you happen? So when you invest in that much money,
Yeah.
you know what can happen. So we still got Craig Kimbrell out there, got Keuchel, got Machado, you got Harper.
Yeah.
Pitchers and catchers, I think in like 4 days, 3
Yeah,
days.
even that, 3 days. Yeah, 3 days.
So we had the
Yeah.
Flyers win streak, and I'm kind of just running through the game. We had the Flyers win streak snap last night, overtime loss. They still got a point out of it to LA Kings. So, but still, they had
how many games we got right now?
I think they were still at like 10, 11 points. They had the second worst record in the league. So, like,
Yeah.
And
they were.
yeah.
So that's why I said they
Yeah.
get the first overall pick. The kid that they getting is nice. So
Yeah.
I see some people last night was like trade Giroux now.
Nah, they're gonna trade him.
They may.
They should.
They
But
should.
they're not going to.
They should.
not
They
going
should. They really should. They should think about it. They should really think about it. So
Bill says, switching to NCAA. Bill says bring Jay Wright from Villanova to the Sixers. I know you said that a year.
You said that.
You said that a couple years ago.
I said it,
yeah.
couple, and you kind of echoed the same thing.
Yeah, I just think Jay Wright. Wright is like God there, man. He's not never going to leave.
Now Johnny Burns has said, my boy, Johnny Burns, my security guard at work.
Okay.
He has said, Brett Brown Gucci. Jay Wright really Gucci.
Yeah, Jay Wright's doing.
Suited
and booted, bro.
Yes,
suited and booted, man.
So real quick, run down NCAA.
Yeah, I'm about to say we got something big going on Saturday at 6 p.m.
Was it Carolina Duke?
No, we got VA, Virginia.
Oh.
Number 6 versus number 3, Duke. Come on, man.
Now, VA is ranked number 3 I saw in the poll.
So then we're 6 then.
I don't know. Duke is number 2.
No, I thought. No, okay, yeah, 2 and 3. I'm sorry.
2 and 3. 2 versus 3.
2 and 3.
And Tennessee's still number 1.
Yeah.
Villanova had a big win.
Which you were shocked about. You were shocked that Tennessee's doing work like that.
Yeah, because
Rick Barnes, man.
They're not going to win in the –
I mean,
all this shit don't matter.
Rick Barnes, bro.
It don't start until about 4 weeks from now.
Yeah, that's when
we get March Madness.
Let me say this to you.
Yeah.
I got a sleeper team for y'all. Now, the kid is a top 3 pick, they're saying. The kid, J.A. Moran.
John Morant.
John Moran.
Yeah,
Yo,
from
he's the
Murray
real
State.
deal.
From Murray
Now,
State.
he played AAUs. I didn't know this. He played AAUs with Zion
He
the whole
was his
time.
high school teammate.
So
Balling. And they said he's kind of like a
So how he get to
Westbrook.
Murray State and they, how come Duke didn't offer him a deal?
It's got to be some type of grade situation or something. Because he's only like 6'6".
You think he going to class?
He's 6'4", 170, bro.
You think he going to
he's so
class?
wet. No, he ain't going to no class. He ain't going
You
no
think
class,
Zion
bro.
going? You think Zion going to class?
Zion's not going to class. You know he got somebody doing this work for him. Come on, man. But listen, we got a big game coming up.
Yes.
This Saturday. We're going to be at Virginia.
Mike Scott's alma mater.
Last game, we pulled it off. We were actually not picked to win. We won by 2. Listen, Tony Bennett is a great coach. They have a great system. The kid Jerome's balling out over there. But I just think it's going to be too much, man. I just think Zion and Barrett and all those boys are going to be too much for him going into – even though we're going to VA, I think we're going to win this game, man.
Sixers, we got an update from Nikki Steves in the
What we got?
YouTube. He said tied up 84-84.
Okay.
So –
also,
heartburn, bro.
All right. Also, Nevada's another team. I'm just giving out some teams.
Yeah.
Nevada for the 64 for you. Because are you doing the poll? You doing something?
No.
Do you do the poll? The 64 thing? NCAA tournament?
Are you talking about the bracket?
Yeah, you doing the bracket?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I mean, I do want to mess around.
Nah, man,
My team, UConn ain't gonna make the tournament.
Yeah, your team's in y'all just done. Who is your coach now?
I have no idea.
Hurley.
Bobby Hurley brother.
Yeah, Danny Hurley.
So I mean,
Yeah.
bro, it is what it is.
Yeah, I know.
It is what it is. So two things.
Go
We got YGTG, but I want to touch something that BT brought up in the Facebook.
Go ahead.
Brian Flores got announced as the Miami Dolphins head coach.
Okay.
And as it is right now, out of all, I think it was 8 coaching hires.
Okay.
He was the only minority selected. And most of his staff is going to be minority as well, from what I've heard.
Interesting.
Which, I mean, in this day and age, you think you can walk away, you can get around a black versus white conversation. Just minority, whatever. The color of the skin tone don't make a difference.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is what it is. That's what's present. I'm happy that it is. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he has to realize, like, bro, there's more spotlight on you.
Yeah, and he's in a tough situation because they're really rebuilding. They had a lot of bad contracts.
Yeah.
You know, the Tannehill thing. I mean, it's rumored that he's going to be going. I mean, there's other contracts.
Well, they need to move on. I think they can get Kyler Murray.
They're going to rebuild.
Yeah.
The bottom line is they rebuild. From what I was understanding, it's going to be a 2-year rebuild. Yeah. So they're going to be bad for the next 2 years.
They could be in for the full sweepstakes. And I know Ben said they don't want to spend.
They're not.
You don't want to have to spend. You don't have to spend. But YGTG this week.
Go ahead. What you got?
Kevin Durant. What the?
I knew he was going to say that. Yeah, he's doing the most. This got to be a joint.
Listen, man.
YGTG.
He said, "Why I got to talk to you? Because
That's
you
your
making
job.
$40 million."
No, not only that. That's your job, bro.
Well, you know his job ain't brushing his hair.
Listen, well, yeah, he looks like he's from Africa. Can
you donate $1 so I can eat some rice?
But listen, my thing is with KD, man. He's just not. He hasn't been the same, man, ever since he last left OKC.
Right.
I don't know what it is, man. It's just like a whole different demeanor. And then this week, what message are you sending the kids, man? The kids are looking at you. They're seeing everything you're doing. You're up here hollering at that.
I don't know about the kids. It's just you.
Absolutely, he's a role model.
Because you know why he don't care about the kids. You know why he don't care about the kids?
Go ahead.
And the biggest Grunwald, the biggest gripe I have with this is the fact that he said, "What you doing here? You come here. We don't want to talk about this. You're not even talking about the game. They just blew out the Spurs by 40 some points."
That's their job, though. That's
No,
what
I hear
understand.
you. I'm not. I'm on the reporter side.
No, but what I'm saying is he's got to understand that's their job.
No, true. But bigger than that, dog, why you throwing stones when you live in a glass house? You talk about the kids, right? You was going home worried about them damn burners accounts, getting in arguments with 11, 12-year-old while they're trying to play Call of Duty.
It just seems like it's a lot of bitch assness.
You see what I'm saying? A lot.
A lot of bitch
But
assness.
why do we only get, like, what is going on with these players, these professional athletes? I understand you human, but it's not like these people are coming out and seeking you personally on their free time to attack you.
Right.
This is his job. He is a journalist. We seen it with AB and with Antonio Brown and the journalists. They was getting into it. Like what do you want them to do? Like, so you trying to feed your family, they trying to feed their family the same way.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, bro. And I said it last week. These guys are cut from a different cloth, man. I'm gonna keep saying it. They're not the same guys that we as we grew up, we watch. They're not the same guys. They're not the Michael Jordans of the world. They're just different, man. They're not the Scottie Pippens. That's not them. They're not the Shaqs. The Shaqs, they were all professionals, man. They were lunch pail guys. They came to work. They answered the tough questions. They dealt with the media. The media might have got on their nerves, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, we're here. I'm here to do a job. I'm here to play ball, but I'm also here to fulfill my obligation and answer these questions. So the bottom line is these guys that are coming from the AUs, their mentality is everything is given to them in the world because they're the man since they were kids. So now fast forward, you bring that into the world where you're making millions of dollars where they're still the man.
Right.
So you're entitled.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, the biggest thing is with the Kevin Durant situation is he came out. They played a beautiful game against the Spurs.
Right.
I think they had 40-some-odd assists and blew the Spurs up by 40.
Yeah.
He sat down. He brought up New York. They didn't bring up New York. He brought it up. He could have easily said, yo,
I don't want to talk about it
I'll worry about the free agency when the free agency. Did you just see that game tonight?
Yep. That's it.
Just like what Kyrie said.
Yes.
When they were asking about free agency, and he said, ask me July 1st.
Yes.
That's all you had
That's
to
it.
say.
And then move on.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then somebody asks you again, ask me about July 1st.
Yep.
Then after a while, they be like, all right, well, he don't want to talk about it, so let's move
And
forward.
I'll tell you this. Don't get me wrong. KD, talent-wise, the best player on that team. He's not the most important player on that team. The most important player on that team didn't play us when we played them last week, and that was Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson on that team is more important than any other player because it gives them spacing and it gives them just another unconscious shooter who gets the green light, and is a two-way player. Without Klay, I'm not saying they would win. It's not as automatic it is when he's in there.
All right.
You see what happens. They blew the Spurs out by 40. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do you like? What do you bitching for?
Well,
know what I
listen,
mean?
man, this is what it is, man. What you going to do? But my YGTG is coming from, drum roll, Mr. Lawrence Okoye. He actually played 1 year for the San Francisco 49ers. I believe he was on the practice squad. Now he's getting ready to play for the Birmingham Iron football team of the AAF Football League, which is actually about to start, I think, this week, I think.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mr. Okoye was actually in Birmingham, and he actually was arrested for a prostitute sting. He was
Prostitution?
prostitution sting. He was soliciting young ladies, and as a result of the
So
sting,
he was pimp.
he was trying to get his
He was trying to
get his
pay for it.
marbles paid for. He's trying to get his marbles rolled out, if you want to say that.
He's trying to get his marbles washed.
He was trying. He's trying to put the hot dog in the bun.
Okay.
Anyway, so whatever you want to say. So basically, he was arrested. Shelton County Drug Enforcement came in. The task force came in, arrested him. Now, by the way, Mr. Okoye is actually married to Pippa Okoye. Now, when I first said Pippa looked like she don't play. Pippa sounds like it's not a game.
Pippa's usually an English name, so
Well, he's from London, originally from London. But Pippa sounds like there's gonna be some problems, like Lorraine and Bobby problems. I don't know about you, but that's how I'm feeling.
nah, man, I'm good.
So anyway, he was arrested. There's no word if they were divorced, but there's no word if he was actually cut from the football team. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, people, my mom always said that when you do stuff in the dark, it always comes back in the light. So that's why he's getting YGTG for me. You got to go. You're doing too much, bro. You got an opportunity to play in the football league, up and coming. If you want to say minor league football team, minor league of the NFL,
Right.
They're endorsing it. So and you have the opportunity to maybe do your thing there, but maybe have an opportunity to come back to the NFL. And now you just screwed it up by the situation. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. And listen, Bob Stoops is going to coach in the XFL.
Yes, Dallas
Dallas team. So listen, man, NFL's going to have some competition. Before we get out of here,
You gonna watch it?
Yeah, probably watch it. I also want to give a PS, one of my favorite podcasts, because as we all do this as well on A2D, we don't really mess with the mainstream podcast. We try to find the underground. One of my favorite podcasts is no longer Sims and Lefko is over.
For the season.
No, it's done.
Why?
Today was the last show.
Why?
Chris Sims took a job with NBC.
He's making
going to be his own platform.
Okay.
Dang. And it's going to be Lefko by itself, man.
That's toe up, man. I'm kind of upset about that.
Yeah, man. It's because, bro, like, they talk to dudes like how we would give interviews, man. Like, they just keep it real. It's not no suit and tie. It's just they chilling.
So what's Lefko going to find somebody else?
Nah, supposedly he's still going to do it. He's still going to do it. He's still going to do it. He may be doing it solo. So, hey, man, Lefko, A2D, we hire, man. We trying to do big things. Tell Bleacher Report, get at us.
Yes, sir.
Get at us. Hot. Look, have your people call TA and his people. Everybody, Rob, Chris, the whole nine. We'll make it happen, man. Trying to do big things.
All right, y'all. What's going on this week? Anything going on this week? Any
nah, man.
events?
I got homework going on.
Any boxing? Anything?
Nah.
Lakers Sixers on Sunday.
Lakers Sixers
It's
Sunday.
at 3:30,
right?
3:30.
I'm looking forward
ABC
to
game,
it.
early game.
Yep.
Yeah, so you'll see that.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of that, it's really, man, it's more free agent watch.
The Harper watch.
Harper Machado watch. And going from there, I think the Flyers may have another game tomorrow, maybe on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'll try to get back off the snide. And then they really got to start getting to this point. I know the trade deadline for NHL is coming up.
Big decisions.
Listen, I mean, the kid that's coming out is supposed to be the overall pick.
The Eagles also have a couple days to decide with Nick Foles, right?
Nah, they got till March 13th.
March
That's
13th?
fine.
Okay.
But they got a little under 3 weeks, a little over 4 weeks
Yeah.
to go in and get a deal done. But with the Flyers, you're going to start getting to that point like what the Knicks did. Do you sell your assets to get that kid? 'Cause that kid, man, because Giroux will give you a nice return, and you lock up that number 1 overall pick. Flyers fans still going to come out and support the team.
Either
regardless.
way, the orange and black is serious.
Yeah.
We ready, man.
Parting words, RD?
Yeah, man. It was a good show.
Thank you,
guys for
sir.
having me.
Oh, hey, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, man.
You was here when we got here.
You was on the wheels of steel. We appreciate you, man.
Without you, it don't happen, baby.
Yeah. Hey, love y'all, family. We out.
Yes. Namaste.